In 1995, Pepsi offered a $33 million fighter jet for 7 million Pepsi Points. They thought it was a joke, but this 21-year-old took them seriously, found a loophole, and demanded the fighter jet for his 7 million Pepsi Points. John Leonard was watching TV when he saw Pepsi's commercial. Sunglasses for 75 points. T-shirt for 175 points. Then the big finale. A Harrier fighter jet landing at a high school for 7 million points. Leonard started to do the math. The commercial said you could buy additional points for 10 cents each. 7 million points times 10 cents equals $700,000. A real Harrier jet costs $33 million. Leonard saw the deal of a lifetime. The problem? He was broke. A business student at Shoreline Community College with no money. So he did what any entrepreneur would do. He wrote a business plan. His pitch? Raise $700,000. Get a $33 million military aircraft. The crazy part? He found 5 investors willing to fund his scheme. The plan was simple. Send Pepsi the minimum 15 points from actual purchases. Then buy 6,999,985 additional points for $699,998.50. Total cost, $700,000 for a $33 million military aircraft. On March 28, 1996, Leonard sent his check for $700,008.50 to Pepsi. He included 15 Pepsi points and $10 for shipping and handling. On the order form, he wrote 1 Harrier jet in the item column. Pepsi's response? They returned his money with coupons for free Pepsi. The rejection letter was brutal. Pepsi called the commercial fanciful and humorous. They said no reasonable person would believe they were actually offering a military fighter jet. Leonard's counterplay? He hired lawyer Larry Shantz and prepared to sue. But Pepsi struck first. On July 18, 1996, Pepsi preemptively took Leonard to federal court. They wanted the case declared frivolous and Leonard to pay their legal fees. The gloves were officially off, but it got crazier. The Pentagon got involved. Defense Department spokesperson Kenneth Bacon told reporters that even if Leonard won, the jet would have to be demilitarized. This meant stripping its weapons and its ability to take off vertically. Basically, a $33 million lawn ornament. The case became a media sensation. Leonard's lawyer argued that a federal judge couldn't decide the case. He demanded a jury of Pepsi Generation members who would understand the commercial was a real offer. The judge wasn't amused. After 3 years of legal battles, ruled against Leonard in 1999. Her reasoning? No objective person could reasonably have concluded that the commercial actually offered consumers a Harrier jet. Leonard lost everything, but the damage to Pepsi was done. They immediately changed the jet's price from 7 million to 700 million points. They added a "just kidding" disclaimer to all future airings. The lawsuit cost them millions in legal fees and bad publicity. The case became Leonard versus Pepsico, one of the most taught cases in law schools today. It established that companies can't hide behind "it was just a joke" if their marketing creates reasonable expectations. Every major brand now includes disclaimers because of John Leonard. Leonard may have lost the case, but he changed advertising forever. Today, he's 48 years old and works as a park ranger in Alaska. He still doesn't own a jet, but his story became a Netflix documentary in 2022. Sometimes the biggest victories come from the fights you lose. The lesson for entrepreneurs? Bold moves get attention even when they fail. Leonard's failure made him more famous than most successes ever could. That's the power of taking calculated risks that capture the public imagination.